Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is day 4 of this 7-day fast until 11/22. So I finally got clarity on why I need to do this until 11/22, which when 11/22 comes around, I'll share with everybody what's been happening in my reality. But for now, check-in this morning, my weight was 129.6. So that's down 5 pounds in 4 days. Feeling wise, that craving, that intense hunger is neutralized. It's very interesting. It's like a huge shift from yesterday, like intense craving, to today, neutralized. And on the scientific side, what that means is the liver, the body starts breaking down fat for energy instead of sugar. So these energies are broken into ketones. They turn into ketones, which enters the bloodstream, and the brain uses this for energy. So that could explain why there's a lot of mental clarity. Typically, the body enters ketosis around the 2nd to 4th day. So the night of the 3rd was when I got the message that my body was starting to enter ketosis. So during ketosis, you can go this by eating low carb diet or fasting, okay? But what was interesting is, today there was just a lot of flow and clarity. Like, I don't feel tired. When I listen to my different binaural frequencies, or when I do my chakra alignment, these vibrations, these music seems to seep into the fiber of my being, right? And you kind of get a sense of that when you're under some plant medicine, cannabis, or you're tipsy. That's a feeling you get, except you're conscious, right? You're not in control of the body. When you're on plant medicine or some medication or drinking, you feel it, but you're not in full control of the body. But this, I feel it and I am in control of the body. I'm conscious of it. And what is interesting is I've been doing that HemiSync program, which is we're going with brain frequencies. So there is one level, like the brain, you go to different states of consciousness. And there was one level where we tap into, the different souls who are under different plant medicines, and they're traveling, they're journeying, but they're not conscious that they're there. So there is one state of consciousness that you can tap in where you're conscious, but they aren't, but they're in that frequency, that wavelength. So this is what I feel like I'm in, this wavelength where I'm conscious, I'm high, like frequency wise, but there is no outside substance. So there's a lot of mental clarity. Even my healing, my cord cutting, it's just imagine like the body's depleted of food. So now when I do these healings, we are getting to the root of a lot of the disease or the baggages. But yeah, this healing the last few days has been very deep. So a lot of root energies are being extracted and released. And right now I feel like I actually got the download yesterday that 11/22 is when this new version of me is going to enter this body. So all this purging, all this releasing is preparing for this upgraded Tammy to come through. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm talking about it. So while I'm on this fast, there is no rush. There is no like, hey, I need to do this, do this, do this. It's like, oh my gosh, like just be with it, right? Be with your body. Clear as much as you can, because I'll tell you, when you raise in frequency, your body, right, your body is going to exude a certain vibration. And that's the reality that you're entering. So you're going to get guided towards things you need to learn, you need to do, you need to prepare yourself. But then when you dip in vibration, that it's whatever would open up for you is no longer resonant, so it might not resonate as much anymore. Make sense? Like, for example, I was at one time, the Silva method was one of the programs that I was very interested in learning because I keep seeing it on my feeds and it was showing up quite a few times. And that one works with brain frequencies as well. And then I thought, well, that was interesting, but I don't think I can afford this program right now. I didn't really look much into it, but I think, oh, that would be a nice program to take. Now all of a sudden, I looked on YouTube and someone had uploaded the entire program. And so I spent like 2 weeks just studying it and going through the program. And then I was sharing with some of my girlfriends who are similar wavelength, but they weren't being called to it yet, but they were kind of interested. But I sent them that link. It's like, hey, check out this channel. Like this like it works. I've been working on it. It works. And then it didn't resonate with them, so they never checked it out. So I finished the program, and then later my friend messaged me and said, hey, is that program still available? I don't see it anymore. So it turns out that the person who uploaded opened that, you could say, pathway opening for about a month, and then he made his playlist private. And so that just tells me that that opening was for me, right? And that's why I think a lot of people get stuck on, wow, like this program really works for me. Like, I want you to take it, or I want you to learn it. Like, kind of encouraging others to learn something that they're not prepared for or they're not resonating with. Because if they're not in resonance with, they're not riding on that wavelength, it's not going to sink in. It's not that their time to learn yet. So I thought that was a very interesting awareness. And so, you know, as I am on this wavelength, a lot of new things are coming through, new downloads, new people, and also old people who are very high in consciousness are entering back in my reality. So it just tells me, okay, where they are vibrationally, where I am vibrationally, and when I tap out or when I lower my vibration, they tend to go their way until we meet again in the same vibration, the same wavelength. That makes sense? So many of you here who are watching, we are connected to the Moldavite wavelength. I believe that is what is connecting us. Just remember that, you know, when I coach people or when I share my stories, now that I came to a realization that during your years of spiritual awakening, it's going to be really important to focus on yourself, like be selfish. And I know a lot of times people say, oh, don't be selfish. Like, that selfish word is such a negative energy to it that we make it wrong for us putting that energy towards ourselves. Okay? So I always had this, I don't want to be selfish. I was taught not to be selfish. These belief systems not to be selfish. And no, right now I cleared that. I'm saying, when you're going through your spiritual awakening, when people are vibrating out of your life, let them go, because your spirit is waking up. You are being called to redirect the energy into yourself, right? It is a process of soul retrieval. So when you reinvest that, all the energy that you're seeking from another, now you're like putting the energy back into yourself and opening up your chakra, realigning yourself and retrieving all fragments of your soul. So yeah, when you're going on your spiritual awakening, be selfish. The universe is conspiring for you to be by yourself, to know who you are, right? And during that time, it's good to get a teacher or a guide or a community that is in similar vibration as you. Because as you raise in vibration, those who are no longer matching your vibration will leave your reality. They're going to vibrate out, you guys break up, or something happens that causes you to split. It's okay, because you're getting pulled to your tribe for those who match your frequency. And so sometimes it's a lonely journey, and sometimes you have others. But remember, depending on how fast you shift energetically, your friends who you thought were high vibration, at one point in time, you might surpass their vibration, and then you guys aren't resonance anymore. And then you kind of go your own ways for a little bit. But that just means that it's okay. They'll come back when you guys are on the same frequency. So it's highs and lows, but as long as you're aware of that, letting go is a lot easier. There's no make wrong. You really look at yourself like, wow, I'm not in vibrational match with them anymore. So the energy is pulling me somewhere else to learn something new. So that's why it's important to not be stuck on a certain way where it's like, oh, I'm all in on this. Like there was a phase where like, oh, I'm all in. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to complete it. When the energy change, when you shift in energy and that project or whatever you had so focused on is not in resonance anymore, and you're still stuck in that vibration, then you're going to be stuck in that vibration until you figure it out. Oh, it's okay for me to let it go. Okay? So all in is not always in your best interest, but you'll come to realize that when it's time to let go, it's okay to let go. Okay? But yeah, that's all I have for today. I think the next couple of days is going to be a lot easier. There'll be a lot more clarity on what I'm sharing. But right now, I'm just jotting down a lot of what's coming through, taking it kind of easy, and preparing this body for the download on 11/22. But that is all the update I have for today. I hope it helps. I hope you started on your journey as well. I think like a 30-day fast is good enough. But tune in. Your guides, your intuition, your higher self will let you know when it is to fast or intermittent fasting. It's your spirit guides will let you know. So if you feel called to start it today, go for it. And if not, then maybe it's not time yet, right? Remember, you are in your reality is a reflection of what's here. And when you can build that clarity with your higher self and source, they're going to guide you to what you need to know. And remember, it's only you that is here to hear this message. Your inner guidance is pulling you here. And not everyone is being called to hear this message. So if whatever I'm saying is resonating and you're feel called to start cutting back carbs or going on a fast, then go for it. Remember, we're going with resonance, okay? Okay, that's all I have. I will check in again tomorrow, but I'll talk to everybody soon. Timmy Doe, signing off.